Hey, this is Jeff
And Elijah.
with Fast Track Remodeling, and we're on the Fast Track with Jet Lending. And today we're talking about plans change.
All right, we're here on East 43rd Street today going on with Fast Track on how well a no-draw loan works with Jet Lending. This is a 1395 square foot house that started off as a 3-1. They're making it to a really good 3-2. They ran into some issues, but they knew how to solve the problem and get the investor involved. Let's take a look.
Alex, thanks for having us today. So we're just kind of walking through a house today that we've gotten started in the last week or so. This house, I think we're in Independence Heights, if I'm correct on that, but it was a garage conversion before, and we kind of kept that same idea, so we'll kind of walk through some of the things that we've done. But outside ultimately will be painted. It's already somewhat started, but done some new windows here. These were 3 windows and 3 windows in the master. They weren't to egress, especially on the master, but just to keep the congruency. So these will be finished out.
Yep. Good, let's go on inside.
So Alex, in this house, we had plans drawn, and just kind of after framing up some things to make the use of the best possible space, I want to kind of talk about some of the things that have had to change. So today, me and Landon kind of talking about the layout in the kitchen. Originally, the plan was going to be that the fridge would be here, and then the range would be right next to it. This kitchen is very small, and so we kind of got a lot of tight space to be working with. We did want to have a full pantry, so we framed this up as a pantry like the plans, but after kind of getting in here and looking at the spacing on it, it's way too tight. So what Landon was proposing is that we take out this wall and we'll do like an actual cabinet built-in pantry, just like the other cabinets. So that'll be a good use of space. We'll be able to shorten this up a little bit. It'll be a built-in fridge next to that, and then we'll be able to do a 9-inch and a 9-inch so that the kitchen actually, it's a lot more open. That allows us to still have this area with the peninsula and everything and still get a decent sized pantry for a house like this.
Yeah, this used to be an access to the hall right here that we were able to, and then there was a wall that was coming this way. We were able to wall that off, change the entry to the hall so we could increase the dimension and size, functionality of the kitchen. We also were able to then open up, because there was a small entry closet, open that up. So some of the plans that were on the original are obviously definitely intact, but some of the things we'll be talking about are the minor things we had to see along the way.
Yeah. So let me show you another issue. So this is the laundry room, okay? And the way we had framed it up was to be able to have a master closet, which Alex is standing in right now, and then have a laundry room here. But after kind of laying out in real time and space, it's way too tight to be able to have washer and dryer in here. So we're gonna shove the closet back about 7 inches. Still should be able to get full hanger clothes to fit in there. And then we're gonna place the washer machine here, and then place the dryer over here, and then water heater. Kind of the things that we're dealing with is trying to fit a full-size water heater, washer, dryer, because the attic in this house is only 50-something inches tall.
It won't fit in there, correct.
So water heater would be pushed up in this corner. You'd still be able to access it per code. Dryer would be here, so you can still open the door and actually have a little bit more space. This wall is going to get pushed back almost 6-7 inches, and then we'll push this one back maybe about the same, right, Landon?
Correct.
That'll allow us to have the water heater right here. Dryer would still be able to open full door, and then washer, and give you about almost 20 inches in front of the washer and dryer. Just bear in mind, especially when people are doing big front load machines, that those are about 30-31 inches from the wall. So we're just kind of trying to prepare for that now. So plans do change. We got to make stuff even after we've framed it up. So
Why is there an extreme importance of getting experienced people to make the right decision?
Well, there are some things that the previous occupant might have done on the property that can be kept, and sometimes there are things that can't be kept. One thing in particular is the garage conversion we're standing in now. There have been garage conversions we've looked at that weren't good, and they weren't really the best option to keep. And then there's some, especially on a smaller home, where we go ahead and keep them. I think you always have to check your comps and check the neighborhood to make sure that it's something that could work. But in this case, we kept it. It was in good shape. The sizing was right. It was a 1-car garage, so we were able to make this now into a new bedroom. Originally, this house was a 3-1. So what we did was without a living room.
Or
It had a living dining
shared.
combo. It was all shared. So what we did was we made this into a master suite, master bedroom with a bathroom, and that is really where we just talked about in that closet where you're seeing. So we were able to do this and then add a living area over here. This was an outside the box idea. We'll look at it real quick. We were able to convert a bedroom now into a living space and take what was the hallway and make it into a bigger closet for this other bedroom. So this hallway is no longer needed because this is now the living area off of this space here. So sometimes just that little outside the box thinking can really go a long way to make places more functional. Nothing will be like this now in the area as well, probably as functional as this. Something that used to be a 3-1 now is a 3-2 with a living. So we're really excited to see this come together with the few tweaks we talked about.
Hey guys, another plan, just thing that as we're kind of getting into the process. One thing that we have kind of discussed a little bit, but now in seeing it after everything's kind of been demoed in the space in this bathroom, this is the hall bath. Originally, the layout, you had a tub, and then you had the vanity, and then you had the toilet, which is kind of backwards. Normally it's tub, toilet, vanity. And originally, owner kind of just leaning towards just kind of leaving it the way it is. But I think in these kind of situations, as we progress in relationship with clients, is just bringing up things that we see that might be a potential issue in the future when you're going to sell a house. It's not a matter of wanting to make changes or anything like that, but just kind of voicing, hey, this is just a little bit odd, not normal, because if we go ahead and finish this bathroom as it is in the layout, at the end, it might be something we don't know because we don't really have a test case for knowing who's going to not buy the house because of it, but it is something kind of out of the ordinary.
It's good to note, depending on the size of the home, what kind of vanity, if you even do a vanity. Sometimes there's some pedestal sinks you can use, and you can have, like in this case, we can make this a little bit more like a cabinet so they can put stuff in, and it doesn't just have to be linen oriented. So there are ways to save on the look and space as well. But in this case, the location of these is definitely not the norm. On this, we also have a chase we're contending with. This is the AC chase right here. Not planning on relocating that. So we do want to maximize the space with what's normal as often as possible. So that's the suggestion we're going to be making.
Some of the other things you can consider, especially when you're in this area. Sometimes if you are having issues with parking, you don't have a garage, you're having, trying to figure out, what do I do outside? One way you can really fix this and consider this is extending your driveway, but let's say you don't have the budget. What you can do is you can cut this sod out, rock it out, and you've now doubled the width of your driveway. We can help you with days on the market when you're trying to sell the house.